Tear gas has become a first line of defense to curb protests across the U.S. in recent weeks, from the streets of Minneapolis, to Washington, D.C., and Philadelphia. When the chemical comes in contact with people's skin, eyes, and lungs, it dissolves into a painful, acidic liquid, triggering a burning sensation and leading to coughing, difficulty breathing, and crying. This crowd control move, which is designed to push packs of people to disperse, seeking fresh air, has become a far too common strategy for getting rid of lawful demonstrators, and just getting people to go home, according to a new multimedia tear gas tracking site from Amnesty International. Law enforcement has not learned, in terms of how to deploy tear gas, and in what situations. Justin Mazzola, Deputy Director of Research at Amnesty International USA told Insider, shortly before the group's interactive site, Tear Gas, an Investigation, was released on Thursday. In front of the White House the other day, it was used as a first resort, to clear people out as fast as possible, rather than giving people a warning, letting them know it's going to be used, why it's going to be used. On Thursday, Representative Alexandria Ocasio Cortez is expected to introduce a bill in the U.S. House of Representatives, proposing to ban tear gas and other chemical weapons from police force use. "It is one of the most basic steps we can take," she told the Los Angeles Times. The issue of tear gas overuse is not confined to the U.S. Around the world, the same scenario has played out again and again, in over 50 different gassings across 22 countries since 2018, Amnesty's investigators found. Tear gas has been misused on peaceful demonstrators, in confined spaces, on vulnerable populations such as kids and older adults, and deployed in direct fire and excessive amounts. As the coronavirus spread through Kenya in March, people were tear-gassed arbitrarily while trying to board a ferry home hours before curfew began. A screenshot of Amnesty International's interactive tear gas map. Amnesty International, tear gas, and investigation funeral processions have been met with tear gas in Bolivia and Guinea, before and after contentious national elections in those countries. Tear gas was also dispersed by police into hospitals, homes, and schools in Chile to quell citizens' calls for better health, water, and education in that country, and it has been showered on climate protesters in Paris, and crowds of Americans peacefully assembling for Black Lives Matter protests in cities around the U.S. Experts say that tear gas should be used as a last resort weapon to disperse a violent crowd, where there is widespread rioting and vandalism, as has happened occasionally in the U.S. after big sports wins. "I wouldn't go so far as to say there's absolutely no role for tear gas, especially in violent settings," Dr.